So what is human flourishing and why should we care? Today I'm going to explore at a high level human flourishing and why I think we should all care about it. I'll also point out a key mistake that you should make sure that you don't do as you're starting to explore this area. I'm Nareth. I'm an internist and teaching attending at the Brigham and Women's Hospital here at Boston, and I'm a clinical informatics researcher at Harvard Medical School. I'm also the founder of Make Time Flow. The views here today are my own. First, what is human flourishing? It's a beautiful phrase, but it's complicated in the research definitions. There are lots of them out there, but thankfully there's lots of work being done in this space. For me, it means optimal human functioning within the physical, mental, and social domain. Another word I like to use is thriving, which means to grow and develop vigorously, something I hope you're all doing. Another way to phrase it is that you're living a good, long life, doing good in the world. Yeah, there's lots to explore there, especially about what does it mean to do good in the world. Hopefully we'll be exploring that together in some of the other sessions later. A much simpler way of thinking about it that help people think about exploring human flourishing for themselves is understanding the potential and the limitations of their human mind inside their human body with a human heart. Understanding this can help us to achieve our best selves, both individually and as earthlings. Surprising to me, I'm often asked, why is a medical doctor working on this, on advancing human flourishing? I'm not a flourishing researcher, I'm not a psychologist, but I care deeply about it because it transformed my life, and it's something that I really want for my patients and for my family, for my colleagues, for the society around me. Unfortunately, it took me so long to realize that there was a superset of the things that drew me to medicine, to try to care for others, to try to provide the best care possible for all. And that really, I was motivated to try to help people live the best life possible, individually and for all. I think one of the reasons for this was that as I did my training, both here in the US and abroad in my global health and social equity training, I wasn't sure that I could hope for more than just trying to help people treat their diseases. But as usual, my children taught me much more than I could ever teach them. They helped me to see that what I wanted for them was not just for them to be free of disease, not just to go through the usual milestones of what a normal life would be, but that I wanted to really help them to grow and thrive, to move toward flourishing. I want this for my children, I want this for my family, I want this for my patients, my colleagues, for our society, for all of us. Yes, it's idealistic and perhaps impossibly hard, but as Brian Johnson points out in the introduction to Heroic, these noble journeys don't just start with the first step. They start with choosing the right direction. And for me, this seems like such an incredibly noble goal, to work toward human flourishing for us individually and for us all. As a physician, as a chief medical and a chief information officer, I've had the opportunity to work with some of the leading business thinkers in the world and some of the most innovative healthcare organizations in the United States. Unfortunately, what I've seen is that poor incentives and limited goals can truly limit or even derail good people trying to do good work, even within these august institutions. It really matters that we stay connected to what we value the most and to keep looking to see if there's something larger we could be aligning our work, our effort, and our thoughts around together. For me, that goes beyond just basic medical care toward human flourishing. Sometimes I think what people are also asking me is, why is a medical doctor doing parts of this work through entrepreneurship, through thinking about building tools and systems himself? Some people don't realize that I trained in computer science before medical school. And so as I'm trying to learn about and integrate and synthesize all of this information that we're learning, I'm trying to also create systems and tools that will help people address some of the main problems that we struggle with and that I've struggled with myself in keeping my head above water, in trying to stay focused, in making the changes necessary consistently that could move me and the people I care about forward towards flourishing. Healthcare in the US and much of what I've seen abroad can't yet be about helping to deal with this much larger question of helping to move us all towards flourishing. They're still just struggling to provide good care. And people don't just need information. Otherwise, as the saying goes, we'd all be billionaires with great abs. What I'm trying to do is to try to help build tools and smart systems that will help us defend our time and our attention, help us explore and then plan effectively value-aligned goals, and that we can do this in a way that's uniquely personalized, but also that connects us with helpful guides and to a community that's both striving with us and for us. The most effective way I know how to do this for now is to work directly with and for the people who are interested in moving toward flourishing. And this is the reason for being for Make Time Flow, for our labs, for our products, for our communities, our gatherings, and for these videos. Please feel free to join us in this journey in any way that you want. My plan is to do this not alone, but together with all these other amazing groups, individuals, and projects that are out there that are seeking to advance human flourishing. Some amazing projects like Brian Johnson's Heroic, like Cal Newport's Deep Life Project, the late Dr. Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's work on flow, and these incredible research centers like the one here at Harvard, at Yale, and at UPenn, and others. I'd be delighted if you joined us in some way on your journey toward flourishing. Before we go, I wanted to make sure that you knew about a mistake that can sometimes happen when people are trying to move systematically toward human flourishing. This is based on some of the negative outcomes that we saw in studies of human happiness. Flourishing, like happiness, is not a state to be attained, but a direction to go in. It's probably not very helpful and might be a little harmful if you're constantly asking yourself questions like, am I flourishing or not? You may find that this makes you feel worse about your life because most of us are not in a state of flourishing all the time. Instead, a much more helpful question is, what can I do today or this week to help me or my family or my organization move more towards flourishing? Okay, that's it for now. I very much hope that you enjoy your journey toward flourishing, and I hope that I'll see you out there.